Hey guys, Matt with Valera here. Today I have a bit more of an advanced video for you. This video is going to show you how to use scheduled restarts along with Battleye Extended Controls to allow the server to restart automatically and have scheduled messages go out that tell people it's going to restart. There's quite a few steps involved. I'm going to be doing this on the fly, so you'll have to forgive me if I stutter, skip, or have to backtrack. The first thing you need to do is set up your scheduled restarts. There's a previous video on our channel here entitled Scheduled Restarts. Go ahead and watch that, figure out how to get those up and running. One thing I will tell you, for this method, the restarts need to be at even time intervals. So as an example, every 6 hours, 6 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 p.m., 12 a.m., or every 4 hours, or however you want to work it out. But they need to be at even time intervals for this to work correctly. So next thing you need to do is have Battleye Extended Controls installed. If you don't already have it installed, go to Mod Manager, go down to the bottom, and install it. Once it's installed, you have to make sure it has the proper configuration to send out scheduled messages. So you'll go up here, go to Configuration Files, wait for that to load up. First place to go is, let's see here, bec_config.cfg. Go ahead and open that up. And we need to go down to the MISC section right here. Where is that? Right here. You need to remove the hash mark from in front of MISC. And then go down a little bit. You'll see right here, scheduler equals scheduler.xml. Remove the hash mark from there as well. Click Save. That's going to allow Battleye Extended Controls to send out scheduled messages. And now we're on to setting up the scheduler.xml. This is where the magic happens. This is where you set up the messages that are actually going to send. So we'll click Text Editor on that. And if this is the first time you've installed Battleye Extended Controls, it's going to more or less be an example file. Once you're in here, you'll see all the example data. We're going to delete everything except the first scheduled task there. So go to the bottom, just above the closing scheduler tag, and delete everything except the first part. So what we're going to do is delete that all. Get rid of this comment right here too. That's going to leave us with one scheduled block. And each message that you have go out needs its own scheduled block, but we're going to start off with one. First thing that we want to do, we want to set the time up that it's going to go out. This is where, I won't say it's really tricky, but it's a little bit different. You'd want to think that you'll schedule them, let's say your restart's going to be 6 p.m. Now you'd think that you'd want to schedule a half-hour warning to go out at 5:30 p.m. However, the problem with that is some of our boxes have public DayZ servers on them. Public DayZ initially had kind of a weird way of changing time. It wasn't built in, so kind of we'll call it a hacky method had to be employed, which involves changing the actual time on the server. So it's no good to put in an actual specific time the messages are going to go out because the time on the boxes change. So what we're going to do instead, and this is why we needed the restarts at even intervals, we're going to tell the message to go out a certain amount of time after the server starts. So if we're doing a restart every 6 hours, and we want to send a warning message initially 30 minutes before restart, we're going to tell Battleye Extended Controls to send the message 5 hours and 30 minutes after the server starts. This means it'll go out 30 minutes before the next restart. To do this, you want to go to the time block right here. There's 6 digits. First 2 are hours, second 2 are minutes, third 2 are seconds. So I need to make this go for 5 hours and 30 minutes. So we'll change that to a 5, and we'll change that to a 3, and that to a 0. That means the message is going to go out 30 minutes before the server restarts. So right down here, you can make the message whatever you want. Make sure you leave the say -1 in there. That's an Archon command that tells Archon to send the message out in-game so everybody can see it. So we'll go ahead and put a warning message there. And that's all you have to do for the first message. Now let's say you want to include a 15-minute warning as well. What we're going to do is copy this block from job to job. Copy it. Go down a couple lines. You want to change that job ID, increment it by 1. And then we're going to change the time. So this one's going to be 15 minutes before, so we want to change that 30 minutes to 45. So that'll go out 5 hours and 45 minutes from the time the server started, or 15 minutes before it's going to restart. And we'll do a 5-minute warning as well, just to fully cover everybody. Same thing, copy the block, go ahead and increment, change this to 55, so 5 hours, 55 minutes after the last restart. And that's really all there is to it. If you want to organize this a bit and so if you have your admins go in and check it later, they know what's going on, you can take this comment block right there. There's already one there by default, so we can just use that as an example. We'll go ahead and put that in there. And then we'll copy the whole thing, put it down here, change that to 15 minutes. We'll copy it one more time. And like so, that's going to be our 5-minute warning. Once you do that, go ahead and click Save. That's really all there is to it. It's not super advanced. It's a little bit more complicated than some other things that you have to do. But as long as you follow the directions for the scheduled restart guide in the previous video, and if you follow the directions I outlined here, you can have your server restarting automatically on a certain interval, and it's going to warn people. So your players will definitely appreciate it. A lot of people tend not to be very happy when they're flying a helicopter and the server restarts on them. So this will be greatly appreciated by your player base. If you have any questions about the process or any comments, feel free to leave a comment down below. Do the same if you have any suggestions for future videos. We're trying to build out a good repository of videos, so we want to make sure we have all of our bases covered. So if there's something you want to see, let us know and we'll put a video together for it. If you have any questions or you need some help with your server, join our TeamSpeak, ts3.valair.com. Or you can visit our website, valair.com, submit a support ticket. Again, my name's Matt. With www.valair.com. Appreciate you watching the video.